Hello friends, today we have a little discussion to discuss together, and the intention of this video and many of the videos I'm going to upload is study the Word of God, Bible study, but also discuss things of God and bring those things that we study into reality, into practical life. This is what we need to understand. Mostly our life as being a Christian, I found like we find ourselves knowing a lot of things in our head, but still practicing a few things in our life. That when we come to sit and talk, we talk a lot, but when in reality it becomes literal. Like we know, but we act literal. Why? And so this intention of this channel and this video is to bring the knowledge we have into reality. But you say, this is why? Because we know what we need to study is what we need to do. Yes. But if you don't find the link from bringing something from head to works, you will miss it. You will keep knowing because you miss the link, how to link from knowing to doing. Because sometimes you may read and promise yourself, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and you find yourself doing nothing. So we need to understand this. So what we need to discuss today is about following Jesus Christ. Following Jesus Christ every day. We know there are many Bible verses, like Matthew 8:4-19. Jesus Christ said, "Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men." And Luke 14:27 says, "Whoever does not bear his own cross and come after me, he cannot be my disciple." So there, John 10:27, "My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me." And so most of the time, Jesus Christ is calling us to follow him. But what does it mean to follow or to be a disciple? Is it only imitation? If we imitate, sometimes we may lose our individuality. Yes, we need to imitate Jesus Christ. But we need to find the right way to follow him. Following a person starts from desiring him first. You cannot follow a person without desiring what he does. So mostly we desire to become Christians because of the benefits that we are going to get from Christianity. Like when I'm a Christian, my things are going to be fine, and this and this and this is going to be good. And so we come to follow Jesus, but in our minds, what we have is about good things we have to do, and it's about the things we are going to acquire. It's about going to heaven. So we come to follow Jesus, but in our mind we have things, we have accomplishment, we have achievements. And so this distracts us from living from what we learn, because we learn to know to do so that we may become good. But listen, if a person becomes a follower of a player, for example, any player, football players, or tennis, or volleyball, or any politician, any person who is a follower, really follow that person, who is a fan, called the fan of somebody, and whatever term you can use, you find a person speaking like that person. Why? Because he does not like him to be like that. Like, I'm going to follow so that I can play football like him. No, mostly he likes the person, the way he speaks, the way he does things. If he is playing football, the way he plays, and because he keeps watching that person and he likes him, so he finds himself doing the same thing without even knowing. That's why even disciples, when they were called before those Pharisees, and please disciples, after Jesus Christ has gone to heaven, he has ascended, the way they answered the question, they knew that these have been with Jesus. Did the disciple want to show that we have been Jesus? No. The way they did things, people knew that they had been with Jesus. So what we need to understand, my friend, is this one. If I need to follow Jesus, the beginning of following Jesus is not about doing what Jesus Christ did. Because sometimes I may be disappointed because I will fail to do what he did. For example, Jesus Christ healed the sick. He cast out demons. I may say, yes, I'm for Jesus so that I can cast out demons. And then I go and find a person with demons and it becomes difficult. I find a person with disease, it becomes difficult for me to heal him. Even I myself may fail to heal myself from prayer, praying for me to be healed from those sicknesses and disease. And so it becomes like, am I really following Jesus, or is it wrong? Why I'm not doing like him? And so when I do like him, so I can say, now I'm following Jesus Christ. That's why the Bible does not call us to confirm our faith from miracles. No. It is not, because the devil can do it. But I must like a person the way it is. And this is life learning. Following is not something that you have to put a time, because it's not about you achieving. It's about you looking at that person, walking with him daily. Then transformation will happen as time goes on. So my friend, I want to encourage you that we need to follow Jesus every day. But the beginning will help us to live like Jesus, is to love him. But when you love Jesus Christ, because Jesus is a person, it's not the power, it's a person. And through his Spirit, which dwells in us, he will be directing us how to do things. Let me tell you this. But then, when there was the system of education, mostly was not based on teaching in a class. I want to be a disciple, a disciple of somebody. I need to be a student of someone. I go where he lives. I walk with him. I know, I see the way he walks up, the way he does things. So I keep learning from the way he does things, mostly, but the way he explains for me. For example, I've gone to when I'm going to the garage, seeing those who are studying or learning mechanics, mostly, apart from those who are going to the institution, those who are learning from those who are doing mechanics. When they are there, they're not mostly told this is done this. They see that teacher, mechanic, okay, the mechanical teacher, doing things, and they are learning to do those things because they want to learn that, but still they desire to see him doing that. Because before going to that teacher, you must know that he is able to make you become the best. And so you love him the way he does things, so you will love to do those things. Okay? Because he will not tell you a lot of things like, this is done, this scientific data, and so you will see the way he does things, and so you'll become that way. That's why Jesus Christ said, a student or a disciple can become like his teacher, but not more than that. Because you will do what the teacher does. Okay? So my friend, following Jesus Christ is not only easy, it's also painful. Why? Because sometimes you will have to do the things that you don't like. Yes. Because you have your mind has been wired to do things differently. And when you follow Jesus Christ, he has the system of doing things differently. So when you follow Jesus Christ, be ready. Like, things may not go the way you want them to go. That's why I say, carry your cross. Carrying the cross comes there when you need to do things, you have to do things which you don't like. Or when you are going to pass through shame because of the teacher you are following him. Because some people may be perceiving things differently, and you are being told to do things differently, and they may ridicule you when you are doing things different from others. And so it's a little bit tough, but still we need the grace of God. That's why Jesus said, I will be with you, because he knows that we cannot do things alone. We are learning. When you are following Jesus, maybe you are preaching, you are learning. You have not qualified, have not qualified. Myself, even doing this, I'm still learning. And so whatever we do for Jesus, we are learning. And so he's the teacher who is going to be with us every day. There's no time when I'm going to say like I'm qualified, because I'm following. And as long as this teacher is not dead, I'm not going to qualify. I'm going to become a disciple forever. That's why there's no time like where we are living saying I've qualified to learn about Jesus Christ. No, because Jesus Christ is still here. We are still walking with him. So we have to keep learning, because the teacher is with us. Sometimes he does things out of us. For example, he does something through a person and then tells me, look what I've done to this person. So it means the teacher is teaching me. Through nature, he's teaching me. He's teaching me. Okay, look at this. Look at this. Look how the plant grows. The teacher is teaching me. He may not visibly speak, but in my mind, he's going to teach me. But sometimes, in my own life, through failures and success, still he's going to be teaching me. So following Jesus is not about I'm going to achieve somewhere. Yes, you can have some goals, but that's not the point. The point is to walk with him every day. But it starts with liking him, loving the way he does things. Because you are a student, you are there to watch the way he does things. And then he will give you power to do those things. So my friend, we need to be following Jesus Christ every day. How to follow Jesus starts with liking him. So when we take the Bible, we need to study more about Jesus to see how he does things. And so we will change and do things the way he does them. We'll have the faith, the same faith he had. So that's why we say we have the faith of Jesus. We obey God the same he obeyed God. Because we have seen him obeying him unto death. Yes, so even ourselves, we are going to obey God, to obey Jesus unto death, because it will affect our minds. That's how we follow Jesus. Every day, carry your cross. It's every day. Do not focus on achievements. Focus on walking. Be a person, live, do your stuffs, do things, but be willing to learn that he's going to come and tell you, you are doing wrong. So be willing to give up your ways, your ideas, all kinds of things that you may be doing. So may God bless you as you take time to study, to walk with Jesus every day. May God bless you. Amen.